automatic miner. Now, people do have their own different ideas of miner. There's manual miners. Basically, you sit there. Well, a manual miner is really easy, really cheap, and is pretty good. This is my version of an automatic miner at the fastest it can go. So basically, I've got a little sign here that will say how many TNT it requires and how many sand it requires too. So yeah, I don't mean two as in how much on the quantity, but yeah, don't worry about why this is made out of obsidian. The reason I made it out of obsidian at first is because I thought it might explode by accident, explode all these. So that's why it's out of obsidian, but it looks like I was wrong. So don't worry about it. The redstone as well, that may be annoying for some people, but you can just shorten it down as long as you get the timers correct. I do have a converter on here as well. If you don't know what a converter is, I do have a little setup over here. So this one is a button to a lever converter. Basically, here's the input, process, and the output. Let me show you this. Press the button, button input, lever output, and I'll press it again. There we go. Just basically an on and off. Now basically we have a lever to a button converter. That's basically all that is. But I would say the button to a the lever to a button one is a lot easier than the button to a lever. But if you want to know how to make these, I'll just show you a little demonstration through all of the redstone. So if you want to make these, because I will not be building these just how they are, I'll probably be using them in my devices. But there we go, all the timers, all the pistons. These are normal pistons, by the way. And this is just, this part here is where the output comes out. This is where the output comes out. So basically you've got where it goes to reset to make it a lever, and then this part's the output, and that's how it connects to these. So now we're actually going to get started with this. I'm going to show you exactly how it works and how to build one. So let's say there's a problem with this though. This was a suggested thing for me. So someone suggested me to build this. If you have any suggestions of what for me to build, please leave it down in the comments and I will check it out. I'd recommend doing it after the live stream though, because I've noticed the comments don't show up in live streams as video form, which is pretty annoying. But oh well, let's say, right, we have a couple emeralds, some stone, we can't find them, and we have some gold, and there we go. Let's say we have some iron as well here, and then, why not, some diamonds. But the only problem is with this, guys, I don't recommend using these for actually properly going mining. The reason for that is this will only just break the blocks, it will not collect them and may even blow them up. So if you find a load like this, do not use this because it'll just destroy it all. This is meant for quick mining, this is meant for pushing shit out the way basically. So if you want to go straight, saving your tools and everything, going straight on the ground, don't want to wait, then I'd recommend using this. I've not fully tested it in a thingy landscape yet, but I will have a look at one point. But I'd recommend you guys checking that out. But it's really easy to make this, very simple. It was a lot easier, but since over PC and here has changed quite a bit. Last time I played PC was before I actually started. And probably beyond that as well. Probably about a year before I started YouTube, so 2014. So with that said, let's get straight on to what this does, how it will work, and then the building tutorial. So turn it on, and it will go as fast as it can. As soon as this blows up, another one drops. But like I said, I recommend don't using these. All it will do is just keep shooting them. This is the fastest it will go as well, guys. and it will keep going. The sand basically pushes it and fills up its inventory. You need to have 11 sand because it won't fall off the edge, and you will have to have 13 TNT because you're one that goes over the edge. I'll explain how that works just when this TNT is done. And then basically it just keeps throwing it and throwing it and throwing it. Right, basically this is how it works. You've got 13 TNT, as the TNT goes all the way from here all the way up to here. As this is 11 sand, you got an extra one at each side, meaning it has to use more. If you had, let's say, 12 TNT, you'd have to have 12 sand, making that probably another block higher. But I'd recommend doing it like that. This is the furthest length the piston would go, 13 blocks. But basically you do need to have falling blocks. You don't have to have sand, you can have gravel, red sand, fucking whatever you can pull out your ass. Basically that's all you need. But you do have to have one right at the end. Otherwise you would be wasting a TNT, wasting an inventory space, because you got 13 TNT inventory spaces. But this does not collect. As if you wanted it to collect, you'd have to have a hopper under every. You'd have to be blowing up hoppers. You'd have to be blowing up hoppers that were carrying, let's say, all sorts of stuff, and it'd have to go down to a chest. That would go miles away from the explosion. It would be so complicated, but basically, this is get you down to the level where the goodies are, and get straight to the mining, to skip all of the bullshit. So that's pretty much that. So now let's get straight into the building tutorial. So basically what you want to grab is a sticky piston, normal piston, redstone torch, redstone repeater, a lever. Sorry for everyone that watches these series and has to do it on survival. I do apologise for that. I've not actually done survival setups like this before. I will be sure to do that down in the comments, because I know this is a survival item. Unlike this here, unlike the what do you call it? Only sticks as Bennett. Okay. But basically, unlike this item here, it was just that's not a survival item. But like this item here, this is a survival item. Yeah, sorry man, did not go very well. You had to place some cobble for like a little jump start, and then as soon as it was started, you're just going. But yeah. Now basically, you do need a block of your choice. So for this tutorial, I'm gonna go for some nice quartz. Don't forget some TNT. A falling block, I'm gonna go for red sand, and obviously redstone dust. So you need those components, and I think that's pretty much all of them. So basically, you want to get the dimensions of the automatic miner, but I'd recommend making the automatic miner as close to the well, not as close, because I'd try and make it as close as possible, because by the time you go down to a certain level where the TNT blows up before it gets there, basically TNT runs on a timer. It doesn't just hit a block and then blows up, it runs on a timer. It may blow up before it actually reaches the base of the ground, does making this pretty much useless. So it will kind of also, that will also help you if you're only making it to go down to a certain level, which is useful, very, very useful. So now what we need to do is actually start building it. So the way that I've built this one, it doesn't matter what height you do it, but once you've started with your height, you have to stick with that. I'm going to do it exactly the same height as I did before, so 5 blocks. Quartz is actually a good block to use because you can actually see the outline of the blocks. So once you've got the 5 blocks up here, let me check. No, actually no, this is 6 blocks, guys. I apologise. 6 blocks. Didn't even notice. You see, that's why quartz are good. And then on the 7th block, you want to build out about 13 blocks. So if you're not quite sure how far you need to build out, just have a look where this begins. Oh, the piston's right above it, right. this is where the piston can actually help you out. If you're not quite sure where you need to push the blocks, just do this. Basically just do this. Get a lever and a torch right near each other. And then just keep doing this until the blocks stop. This is what I did the first time. A lever would actually probably be easier. And basically just keep repeating this until the piston will not push no more. And there you go. Now it's not going to push no more. This is your maximum limit for your TNT. That's going to be where your TNT goes. And if you want to count it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That is the exact amount you need as well. We also want to turn off TNT explodes because I'm going to place my TNT immediately. Yeah, I thought it was. Now we want to get onto the actual sand tower. So you don't have to build this cave. I like to build it just so you know exactly what amount you need. So basically you need to have the sand about there. You have to have it less than the TNT. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes guys, I do know that I have them here, but I do like to check, and obviously this one will be the 11th. There we go. Also, yes, the disappearing house has been removed. I only copied the world and then removed it from this one because people don't want that on the redstone stores, especially when you're trying to build like wall breakers. No, not wall breakers, wall builders, sorry. If you don't know what a wall builder is, check out my Minecraft Survival. But basically it's just these, they build walls and that's all they do. It has to be with falling blocks. They are good for defences. If someone tries to get in, turn on wall builders, and then they'll have to keep breaking the blocks to get in. And I have used one of them before, but since it was rushed, it was on the walls game, since it was rushed it didn't really work as well. Which was disappointing because walls is a pretty good game. If you guys suggest it, I may actually rebuild walls on a live stream. So I'll do it on a live stream so you guys can see how you do it. Also, I do live streams instead of videos because it's so much easier. Because if I was doing a live stream, oh, sorry guys, give me a minute. I'm going to fill a bottle of water. There it is. Here we are. Like basically, if I was to do a live stream, basically the live stream would just be piece of piss. It'd just be a piece of piss. I would be able to I'll be able to just record it and have it uploaded as soon as I've finished. But for me to do videos exactly like a live stream, like same quality and everything, I'd have to record my audio separate as well as my recording, which the recording splits into 2 if it's over 15 minutes, so it's 15 minutes per clip, and my voice has to record in different software, and I have to put them all together, which could take about a day to do, so it would extend by a day before this video is out. But special effects and stuff can be useful for doing something like that though, which is kind of a downside on live streams. But besides that, pretty much fine really. Right, I don't know why I'm actually starting with a redstone now. I shouldn't really be starting with a redstone. Right, where's the length of this arc? Right. Right, let's actually get the sand. The sand goes... Right, let's just do this as a survival thing, so... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There you go. And that is your tower basically, and if you double check, and if I go and walk over to this one, it should be exactly the same, because as you notice, if you walk on PlayStation in flight, it doesn't actually do anything. And look guys, it's pretty much the same height. So it is that high. You need to go up about 12 and then curve off the 12 one. Now as you can see, this piston's not connected to anything apart from this redstone here. So what you need to do is have no connections here, but have one running through here. And basically there we go. Now that's the wire for the piston. The redstone does reach all the way over here, but if you was to add a redstone repeater, you're going to have to change the timer and everything. Right. Also guys, this converter looks different for the rest. Yes, because I have shortened it down much as possible. So don't worry about that. The converter is shortened down to its shortest size. So I need to go get the dimensions for that. Where's the piston block? The piston block's there. So it goes out 2 as a block there. Right. So center. Where's center block? Right, here's center block. It comes out 2, making, is it 3? It is a 3x3, isn't it? Yeah, it's a 3x3. So basically, once you've done that, as you can see, you have a sticky piston, redstone there, and basically what you want to do is ignore the middle block. You don't really need the middle block for anything apart from a torch. That wasn't really good, but a torch there, that's all you really need that block for. But basically, you want to do this. Basically just that. That's all you need to do. You don't need the redstone there, but you can have it there if you want to make it more of a secure circuit. It's what I usually do, and it always works. But the only reason I did it like this is because I had that sound there. Is also a little reminder that it's at its fastest. So yeah. And there is probably a shorter circuit for this as well, a really short circuit. If you guys want to try and make that, go ahead. It's really easy to actually do that. In fact, it will only shorten this repeater down, but I thought it'll just be easier to have it like this. Because to be honest, it's still going to have to spread out by 2, and it's only the width of this. But in my opinion, it does kind of look like a crane. That's all I can really say for that. But basically, the repeater is going to be the hardest bit. Basically, that's the hardest bit. Actually, no, the hardest bit is getting the numbers right for this. I guess that's just the hardest bit. But I don't know. It depends what you want as the hardest bit, really. Right. So this is the dimensions for the repeating system. Redstone torch there. Repeaters. More repeaters. Also, you're gonna need a lever. So make sure you shut the circuit off. And then basically you've still got like a duplicate over there, same redstone, but now we want to get the timers. So all of them ones at the back are fine, but the front ones go 2, 3, 3, 3. Now basically guys, this is pretty much done. Apart from this, as you do know, I like to use stone blocks for this to make it a redstone block, because I do have problems with other blocks, which is why I preferred stone. But pretty much that is now done. So if you really want to give that a test, let's do that. TNT explodes. Let's double check. This timer needs to be max. Let's just double check about everything. Everything looks fine here, and then it all looks fine over here. Pretty much everything looks fine. So now let's turn it on and see how it works. And there we go. Oh! That's because of how close it is though. Like, see, now it's actually working fine. It depends how close it is, to be honest. But it does mine pretty good. It will go further down, but obviously I've got bedrock there. Because I'm on a super flat. And there you go, that is correct, that isn't wrong. that has to be filled with that sand. There has to be a hole there so the piston can't push it down no more. And basically that's all it does, but it's not recommended collecting blocks, only breaking them. So basically, yeah, that's also a good way to use TNT and gunpowder, as TNT is not really used much apart from traps and shit, but yeah. So yeah guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I hope it was any use for you. I will be working on this to try and make it improve, to try and improve the amount of TNT, to try and improve the well, the speed of it is at max. The speed of it is at max, so yeah, but I will try and improve the amount of TNT that could be used, which shouldn't be that hard, in my opinion. The only problem is going to be the falling blocks, but I can always get a piston to push it down. So yeah, if you want to see another version, just put shout down in the comments Mark 2, MK2, just put that down, and if I get 2 or 3 comments with that, then I will definitely work on a new one. But without that, I might work on a new one. So that's all I could say, guys. So thank you for watching. I hope this was any use to you people on survival. In my opinion, it doesn't really use that much material. The only expensive part is the repeaters, and that's basically about it. So thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you in another Redstone tutorial, guys. Goodbye.